shellac all over my hand now. All right. No, it's pretty sticky stuff. Here we go. We are using, you guys, just so you know what we're starting with here, this is Bullseye shellac in amber, and this is where I'll start with it. I've got other things to show you guys, but while we're broadcasting for Periscope, I want to just do this initial technique. I'm going to use, I hate cleaning things. So shellac is really messy and it's hard to clean. It needs solvent. So I just do stuff that I'm going to throw away. Oftentimes it's just paper towel because I like to slop it on here and make a mess. I'm going to do this two ways. So if some of you are fire averse, you can do what I always refer to as the dry burn. And that's where I just apply my shellac. You can put it in any way, put it down in any way, shape, or form you want. I'm just going to cover the entire thing because I can. And it's more fun for demonstration purposes. You can put it on as thick or as thin as you like, but the thicker, the more veining you will see. So this is going to be the dry burn, and I need to set that aside because, like the name says, it's going to be dry. Shellac dries very, very quickly, so in this wet burn, you want to move quickly. Have everything you need ready and close by. I'm going to light it on fire, so I've got my torch ready to go. I have never, well, only once in the history of doing this, had a fire from this, and that's where the whole shellac bucket erupted. So keep that in mind. You want to move all flammables away. Preferably don't be working in the open air. Well, be working in the open air, but not so that you've got a breeze going, or stand out of the way of the breeze. Get the lid back on this thing because, like I said, you don't want anything to light on fire. Move it away very quickly and then get your torch going. I applied this quite thickly, and you can see the alcohol in the base of it is already starting to evaporate. But all you do is touch it to it. And I came out here in the shade because my objective was for you to see when it alights. And you didn't necessarily, but we're seeing it burn. Cool. It's a flambe. And the thicker, the more shellac you put on, the longer it will burn, because what's happening is you're burning off the base, the alcohol base of that shellac. And of course that heat is melting the wax underneath. This is a technique obviously that's always done over a wax surface. So what's happening is it's melting the wax underneath, and the movement of that melting wax is causing the shellac, the colors, in this case amber, of the shellac to move about over that molten wax. And then once the alcohol is completely burned off the surface, it stops burning, and we're good to go. We have beautiful or ugly texture and pattern, if you know, personal preference. Now, a lot of times I will let this dry completely and set up, you know, determine if it's what I want, so to speak. And then I paint over this too. You can use this in the layers. It does not have to be your final surface. You know, it just needs to be over wax to begin with. But it is very sticky to begin with because I've burned all the alcohol out of it, which causes it to dry, you know, so quickly. So these places are going to be really goopy. I need to let it set up completely before I come back with more wax.
And then sometimes if I don't like the pattern, I put more on and burn it off.
Oh yeah, all the time. It depends, you know, if I didn't get enough movement here because it dried up too quickly, I slop some more on there and light it again and let it keep on going. I especially love where the lighter colors come through. It's just, you can see such great detail and patterning. I love it. It's just so organic and unpredictable and beautiful. It's good stuff. Now for dry burn, it's not dry enough yet, and my handy makeshift thing. I won't do this now. I'll wait until it is completely dry, and technically I would usually take those back inside and demonstrate with the heat gun, because the whole thing was, if you don't like flame, you can do this dry burn with the heat gun. And what I do, because it's dry, the alcohol is absorbed out of it, it won't catch fire, and I use the heat gun to go through it. With the heat actually, you know, works through the shellac, melts the wax, and causes it to move. It's a more controlled sort of, you can be more purposeful in the design you're creating that way, and I'll show you when we get inside. But that's all we got. Thanks for coming along. Oh, don't you dare. Thanks for for coming along, and you guys get shellacking. Get waxing.